Blue-green algae is a toxin-producing cyanobacteria that can be found in shallow lakes, ponds, and rivers. Exposure to toxins produced by these bacteria can be life-threatening, especially to dogs. I spoke to a longtime science teacher about the dangers of blue-green algae and why it's occurring.
This all started back in August. There were 2 days that were very, very cold, and the top of the water in shallow water cooled, sank to the bottom, and circulated back up. That's called a convection current. And what that did is it stirred up the bottom.
Northwood's fishing guide and retired science teacher Jim Lund said this brings phosphorus into the water column. Algae, which is in all bodies of water, started to grow in abundance due to the hot, summer-like days we've been experiencing this fall.
The problem is when the algae starts to die and a bacteria that's in the bottom of all the different lakes, that bacteria called cyanobacteria is a blue-green algae. It starts to multiply and create blue-green algae blooms. That type of algae is toxic to dogs and humans.
According to Lund, it can cause several negative symptoms in humans depending on the type of exposure, but for dogs, the outcome is the most severe.
Dogs, if they have one mouthful of it, they'll die. And with the duck hunting season coming up this weekend, there's going to be a lot of shallow areas that have this blue-green algae accumulated because it grows best when it's still.
Lund said any lake that is shallow and has weeds in it is going to be at risk of developing some kind of algae bloom with these high temperatures. But so far, the north side of the Rainbow Flowage, Big Arborvitae, East Bay of Little Saint all show significant blue-green algae blooms.
This is Big Arborvitae, and this is the Rainbow right around the corner.
Lund said if you're duck hunting, especially with dogs, scout out your spot ahead of time before going out in the dark.
The Rainbow around the corner, you can actually see swirls of like blue-green aqua color amongst the whitish foam. Those are all indicators of blue-green algae. On Big Arborvitae, it's more but looks like a green paint. The water looks thicker, so they don't always look the same.
The best way to deal with blue-green algae blooms is to avoid any type of exposure, including inhalation near these bodies of water. They should die off when the cooler weather arrives.